Okay, Fresh Baked, at the risk of oversaturating the pedestrian bridge coverage market, I thought I'd take one more trip along the bridge to show you a before and after because I very much enjoy these. I think before and afters are fun. And I want to go back and look at some early footage that we covered from downtown Disney, the parking lot, just when we found out what they were going to be doing and to try to track it from as early a time as possible. So after we cross this bridge, I'm going to show you how the parking lot looked below from November of last year. That's when we spotted these things here, the drip line bridge indicators. And we said, hey, is this where the bridge is going to be? And there's a look out onto Disneyland Drive. And as we approach, we'll go back to the current time. And there it is. That's how it looks today. Cool, right? Don't tell me that's not fun. All right, there it is again. That's how it looked in November of 2018. Moving down, we turn right and follow the fence line and all those parking spaces. And that's how it looks today with Liz and I. Trying to explain to Liz what used to be here. It was fun. And then we'll turn around and look back. That's where the bridge is. The bridge is right there. See? Cool, right? Like, that's neat. I'm enjoying this. I'm just going to watch and enjoy my footage here. I don't even have to explain anything to you guys. This is just for my own enjoyment. Facing the monorail as we approach. When Liz and I walked this, we saw one. That was fun. And here's how it looked on that Friday morning. Much, much nicer. Very pretty. Very enjoyable. Here's a closer look at the monorail. This is mid-construction, basically. Or no, it's not. This is back in November also. They had just started. And that's how it looks today. And then finally, as we turn around again and face bag check, pretty. Very enjoyable. It makes me want to walk this path and not go to Toy Story. And never take a tram again. But let's go to DCA and the Pixar Pal around to find out what's going on with Marvel Land. As soon as we find focus, there we go. There's the Spider-Man show building. Still waiting for some progress to see, on the facade work there. This is going to be a neat facade, I think. Now, Dustin, who's helping us, said, hey, check this out, David, and we'll pause here. They're building some sort of extension on the roof line there, which does not, as far as I can tell, appear in the concept art. So I'm curious what that is that they're putting there. No idea. No idea at all. And also one thing I noticed before, we didn't point this out last week, we were comparing the concept art to what we're seeing on the ground today. The tissue box, I'm pretty sure we have identified as this structure here in the concept art. So for whatever, for whatever that's worth. But there's been talk, we're going to point out a little bit later on where we can see some of the red car trolley tracks. And there's been talk about what's going to be the future of the red car trolleys. As far as we know, they're coming back. They said they're only going offline until next summer or something like that. But the assumption is that they're going to be rerouted or not. I'm not sure, because if they were going to be rerouted, would they not destroy the red car trolley tracks? We'll get to that in a second. But Dustin suggested that one of the possibilities is this area behind the PIM test kitchen. And we can look at some old footage. We shot this when Mission Breakout first opened. This is the backstage area that we're looking at right now as we face Breakout. And here it is again as we approach. It's that area right there where I'm pointing and to the right a little bit. Bugs Land is through those trees. It's possible that the train or the red car trolley might turn right and go into that building that I'm pointing at. That's one of the possible destinations for the red car trolley. And that would be right behind the PIM test kitchen. And then this is one other area where those doors are right there, those backstage doors. You could have the red car trolley turn left and go through those doors, and that's to the left of Mission Breakout, as opposed to turning right and going towards the area by Bugsland. Was that Guy Selga that just walked by? That might be Guy Selga. How funny. Back to present day Avengers Campus. I still want to call it Marvel Land. We've just entered that stage where there's so much happening that it's hard to tell one thing from another. But we're going to do our best to identify little things of note each week. For example, right here, if we'll pause, that's obviously the building on which we see in the concept art where Captain America is standing and the Quinjet is being placed. But we can sort of make out some of the definition. These steel beams right here, the slanted one on the far edge, is this section of that building right there in the concept art. Now, Dustin has pointed out, if you can see, if we zoom in really closely, that some ironworkers have declared this their turf. But apparently, this is also the same area, I think, where cast members have signed as well. And it's also where you might find a little nod to Fresh Baked. Thank you very much to the kind fan who took that photo and included us on... We're in Marvel Land. That's cool, right? All right. Also, if we scan to the right a little bit, you can see the platform on which the Quinjet will eventually rest. So hopefully that gives you a little sense of, place in this land, in Avengers Campus, where things might, wind up being. And then if we scan down a little bit below on the ground, you can see this lift right here. And that is where we believe those are the red car trolley tracks underneath that lift. And they're still there. So either they've got a plan for them to reside somewhere in that building or go through it, or they are going to leave them, or I guess they could still remove them at some point. But that seems unlikely. If they were going to remove them, I would think that they would have done that already. So jury's still out on the red car trolley tracks. But having said that, I still think the jury's in on the red car trolley returning. And we'll continue. Next week, I hope to do, some before and after on this area. Because I think that this area right here especially is going to be one that's going to have some fun comparisons. Those scrims do a pretty good job of hiding things, don't they? Long view. Let's get closer again. Here's what I'm doing this week. I want to get a good look at this dirt, because next week I'm hoping some of that dirt, Mount Gamora has slowly started to fade away. Next week I want to see if we can find signs of Doctor Strange, or in the future weeks after that. I'm really curious how that common area is going to play out as well. The area in between the Pym Test Kitchen and, I don't know what to call that building, the Avengers e-ticket show building entrance area place thing. All right, that's it for Avengers Campus today. Let's go to the Astro Orbiter to see how things look from the skies. And we'll stop right here to see that they've put up construction walls around the right, as you face Tomorrowland, the right French fry rocks. Those will be coming out probably as we speak, as we film this, or as we record this. That's probably underway, because it didn't take them very long to remove them. If you recall, once they put the walls up, they were gone within, 10 days? And we'll continue just a minute again and stop again to see how things look today. The area you can see, they have closed in the construction walls around the old French fry rocks where it's actually just very near to the EER structure that's remaining. where we're wondering what they're going to do with that building, if they're going to put like a planter on top of that to obscure it, to hide that little bit of structure. But yeah, they've definitely closed that in, giving us more room to walk there, but still no real progress inside the construction walls. But you can see down here that they have moved them back also where they reduced the curb. So no more curb in front of the Astro Orbiter or the French Fry Rocks. By the way, here's a look from the monorail on how things look on the pedestrian path. Just did that for fun. Thought you might enjoy. And then lastly, we've been watching this scrim, trying to figure out what they're doing here. What I have learned, what I found out, I think it was Ian who said that they're going to be putting in, you know, they used to have that kind of covered area that looked like a little HOV lane for guests, and they removed that when they changed the sign. It is Ian's belief that they are going to restore or put back not the poles, but some sort of hut type feature or hut like feature in this area to obscure again the sight lines as you enter Frontierland, as you enter Adventureland. You don't see the areas of Frontierland that sort of rest next to it. They want to block your sight lines there, so you're probably going to get something right over here in this area, kind of similar to what we had before. And with that, Fresh Baked, that's our update for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Fresh Baked! We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!